Whoa, 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 whoa.
He's a real bad driver. 90 miles an hour.
Why don't you give me the right name?
It is the right name.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Brent, I know. So right now you're under arrest.
Injuries I faced were 6 broken ribs.
The internet is filled with creepy content, but some videos go beyond disturbing, like this one for example.
Shit! Shit!
This video raises serious questions about the tragic chain of events that followed a seemingly routine traffic stop. It all began in February 2018, when Deputy Lorenzo Lugan pulled over a 28-year-old man named Bren Thompson for driving with expired plates. At first, the stop appeared uneventful, but things quickly took a strange turn when the suspect gave the name Jacob Jones, which the deputy soon discovered was an alias after running it through the system. In the body cam footage, the deputy calmly asks, "Why didn't you just give me your real name?" But instead of responding, the man suddenly takes off running.
So, did you give me the right name?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jacob Todd Jones.
Okay. Why don't you give me the right name?
It is the right name.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Brent, I know. So right now you're under arrest. Stop! You're gonna get tased! Stop!
The deputy gives chase, ordering him to stop, but the suspect ignores the commands, sprinting toward the edge of the road and leaping over a busy highway barrier. In a desperate attempt to stop him, the deputy fires his taser, and the suspect falls onto the highway, just as traffic speeds toward him. What happens next is heartbreaking.
Shit! Shit!
Hey, man. Hey, stay with me.
An oncoming SUV, its horn blaring, has no time to stop. It strikes the man, killing him instantly. The driver, likely in shock, flees the scene. The incident sparked outrage, and the deputy was later sued by the suspect's parents, who blamed him for their son's death. While some see it as a tragic consequence of poor choices, others argue that the situation escalated far too quickly, and better de-escalation could have prevented the fatal ending. What do you think? Could this all have been avoided? Or was it just a tragic accident no one saw coming? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But I'm even more curious what you think of this next disturbing video. It all happened during the summer of 2018. Quick interruption. If you're enjoying this video, why not hit that subscribe button? We're on a mission to hit 300,000 subscribers, and when we do, 3 lucky fans will win a limited edition items. Right now, 61.2% of you watching haven't subscribed yet. We're pushing for at least 40%, and we need your help to make it happen. It's completely free, and your support helps us make even more awesome videos. So, don't miss out, subscribe now, and let's get back to the video. A group of friends headed to Moulton Falls in Clark County, Washington, a well-known swimming spot with a bridge towering 60 feet above the water. For locals, this bridge is a test of courage. Every summer, thrill seekers gather here to prove who's brave enough to make the jump. And despite the posted warning signs, there's no law preventing it, so most ignore the danger altogether. But on this day, something unforgettable happened. Jordan Holgerson, a 16-year-old girl, stood hesitantly on the edge of the bridge, unsure if she wanted to jump. Her friends tried to encourage her, but one of them, her best friend Taylor Smith, made a split-second decision that would change everything. To everyone's horror, Taylor pushed her. Jordan fell without warning, completely off balance, slamming face first into the water below. Have a look.
3, no, I won't go in 2.
Well, she's saying no.
No, I just...
Ready? Oh, that's so...
3, 3,
No, I won't go in.
2.
Well, she's saying no.
No, I just...
Ready? Oh, that's so.
The moment she hit the water, it was clear something was terribly wrong. Jumping from that height is dangerous even for professionals. For Jordan, the impact resulted in 6 broken ribs, a punctured lung, and severe bruising across her body. But the physical pain was only part of the story. The incident quickly made national headlines, and Taylor was thrust into the spotlight. She gave interviews expressing regret and claimed she wasn't allowed to visit Jordan in the hospital. Yet, many viewers couldn't help but notice she seemed to enjoy the attention. Jordan and her family demanded accountability. They pressed charges, and Taylor was eventually charged with reckless endangerment. In court, Jordan struggled to speak about the trauma she endured. Suffering from PTSD, she leaned on her mother for support while describing how the experience had changed her life.
Injuries I faced were 6 broken ribs. I had punctured both my lungs. I had a hematoma behind my throat. I had torn my muscles in my rotator cuff, which reflected in the dropped shoulder, and I had very bad bruising all throughout my body.
I'd like to sincerely apologize to Jordan Holgerson, her family, and friends for the pain and humiliation I have caused by my mindless action that occurred last summer.
The prosecution asked for no jail time, but the judge saw it differently. Taylor was sentenced to 2 days in jail and 38 days of community service. As for Jordan, she made a full recovery. But the emotional scars linger. And yet, each summer, people still gather at Molten Falls, still jumping, still tempting fate. What do you think? Should there have been a harsher sentence? Or was justice served? Let me know your thoughts. Whatever it might have been, it's nothing compared to the disturbing footage in this next video. It happened on a quiet afternoon in Kent, England. A thrill seeker came terrifyingly close to losing his life. He had traveled to St. Margaret's at Cliff, a towering coastal cliff overlooking the sea, known for its dramatic drop and breathtaking views. But he wasn't there for sightseeing. He was there to base jump. For those unfamiliar, base jumping is one of the most dangerous extreme sports in the world. It involves leaping from a fixed object, like a cliff or skyscraper, and deploying a parachute to break the fall. It's high risk, high adrenaline, and this time, it nearly ended in tragedy. The man, whose identity has not been publicly released, stood at the edge of the cliff, calm, focused, but he underestimated the danger. Then, he jumped.
See you later, guys. One more look.
At first, everything looked normal, until the screaming started. Panic crept into his voice just seconds after the leap. The drop was much farther than he anticipated, and the parachute took far too long to open. By the time it finally deployed, it was almost too late. When he hit the ground, the damage was done. His pelvis was shattered. 4 of his thoracic vertebrae were broken. But somehow, he survived. A nearby Coast Guard, who had witnessed the fall, immediately called for emergency help. He was airlifted to a hospital in London, where doctors confirmed the extent of his injuries and estimated at least 3 months of recovery. It was a miracle. Because had that parachute opened just 1 second later, this story would have ended very differently. This serves as a sobering reminder. Extreme sports might offer the thrill of a lifetime, but if you're not fully prepared, they might cost you your life. And sometimes, losing your life hides in the smallest corners, as you'll see in this next disturbing video. Carjackings often begin in quiet, isolated places. where victims are most vulnerable and help is far away. And that's exactly what happened on the morning of May 9th, 2025 in Kent, Washington. A driver was en route to Pacific Raceway, trailering a car behind him, likely a race car given the destination. It was just before 10 a.m., a time when the area surrounding the racetrack starts to bustle with preparations and early arrivals. But on this day, something felt off. The driver noticed a vehicle behind him, tailing him too closely for comfort. At first, he thought it was nothing. But when he slowed down to let the car pass, the situation turned chilling. The other vehicle didn't pass. Instead, it blocked the road.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Four masked individuals jumped out, guns drawn, shouting commands. It was a classic setup, fast, coordinated, and life-threatening. But instead of surrendering, the driver made a split-second decision. He slammed his foot on the gas and rammed the suspect's car, creating enough space to break free. It was a bold move, and it worked. The suspects, caught off guard, scattered and fled the scene. The entire event was caught on the driver's dash cam, providing investigators with critical visual evidence. Thanks to that footage, police now have a lead, but as of May 13th, no arrests have been made and the suspects remain at large. Kent, Washington, has seen its share of carjackings, likely tied to its location near major highways and its role as a transportation hub. That kind of geography, unfortunately, makes it a hotspot for organized crime and quick getaways. Thankfully, the driver wasn't harmed. But the outcome could have been very different. Had they reached the window or pulled him out at gunpoint, this might have been a very different story. And that different story seems to unfold in this next video. Footage from a Ring doorbell camera captures a man named Jeremy Luwag standing outside an apartment. At first glance, it looks like a typical visitor, but a closer look reveals something unsettling. Jeremy is clearly concealing something behind his back, and as he knocks, it becomes apparent he's trying to get the person inside to open the door. That something turned out to be a loaded handgun. Over the course of the night, Jeremy reportedly went around the apartment complex, knocking on several doors and yelling, prompting multiple residents to call the police.
Circle! Hey, all I want is Flacco back, that's it.
Later that evening, officers arrived to conduct a welfare check at Jeremy's own apartment. What happened next was caught on a body camera. As one of the officers approached the door, Jeremy suddenly pulled out his weapon and pointed it directly at the officer, leaving them no choice but to respond.
Yo, hey, is that your Challenger down there? Is that your Dodge Challenger? What? I'm just asking, is that your Dodge Challenger down there? No, what? Because that's registered to you. Nope. It's not? No. Come out here. No, sir. Come out here. Hey, what are you doing? Let me see your hands.
The officer fired. Fortunately, Jeremy survived, as the wounds he sustained were not life-threatening. But this incident serves as a chilling reminder that danger often comes when you least expect it, and that sadly, there are many deeply disturbed individuals out there. But what if the real danger isn't a person at all, but a machine, like seen in this next video? The ocean is already terrifying in its own right, a vast uncharted world filled with unknowns. But YouTube user Jim Ryan managed to unlock an entirely new kind of fear when he captured something truly chilling during a casual dive with friends. While scuba diving, Jim recorded what sounds like a submarine sonar ping, a sound so powerful that, if you're close enough, it can rupture your lungs or even cause a brain hemorrhage. That's because sonar blasts send out pressure waves strong enough to kill a human instantly. No one's quite sure if the ping came from a nearby ship or an active military submarine, but one thing's certain: Jim and his friends were incredibly lucky. So if you ever find yourself in the water and hear this unmistakable sound, get out immediately. Because if a sonar ping were to go off at full strength while you're nearby, you might not be alive to tell the tale. And those dangers can strike when you least expect them, even during something as ordinary as walking down the street. Just like in this next video. It happened on February 18, 2025, around 9:30 p.m. A tragic incident unfolded at the intersection of East 8 and North Chester Streets in Butcher Hill. A 29-year-old woman was attempting to cross the street when she was suddenly struck by an Amazon delivery van. The driver was later identified as 26-year-old Jerome Allen Young Jr., a resident of Baltimore County, operating the van as part of his job for Amazon. Surveillance footage from a nearby home captured the chilling moment the van approached the victim. She was in the crosswalk when the vehicle suddenly accelerated, hitting her head-on. After the impact, the driver briefly exited the vehicle and approached the woman. She was still moving slightly, screaming for help, and clearly in need of urgent medical attention. But instead of calling for help or staying with her, the driver returned to the van and fled the scene. Later, Jerome turned himself into the police, where he was charged with reckless driving and failure to yield to a pedestrian. Amazon issued a statement shortly after, confirming that the driver had been suspended and that the company is fully cooperating with the investigation. It's horrifying to think that someone could leave another person injured and helpless like that. This incident serves as a grim reminder of how fast things can go wrong and how crucial it is to act with responsibility in moments like these. What do you think? Should the consequences have been harsher? Let me know in the comments below. But I'm even more curious what you think of this next disturbing video, captured back in 2023. an anonymous video surfaced online, capturing what's known as a snatch recovery, a method often used to free vehicles stuck in mud. Normally, this involves using heavy-duty ropes to absorb the kinetic energy and safely pull the vehicle out. But in this case, things were different. The driver of a pickup truck attempted to free his friend's Jeep using a series of chains and then made a critical mistake. He floored it. You can probably already see where this is going. Chains don't absorb impact like ropes do, so the kinetic energy built up until the chain snapped. What happened next was captured in the footage. A chain, under massive tension, becomes a projectile. It whips backward at terrifying speed, straight toward the camera. But that's not where the mystery ends. When the clip was posted online, some viewers claimed to see someone sitting in the driver's seat of the stuck vehicle, and that the chain may have hit them directly. This led to a wave of viral edits, some even showing graphic injuries said to be from the aftermath. However, there's no verified evidence that these aftermath videos are real. In fact, many of the injury clips circulating appear to come from unrelated incidents. Still, that hasn't stopped the speculation. The takeaway? Don't Google this video if you're sensitive. And if you ever find yourself needing to recover a stuck vehicle, use rope, not chains. And for your own safety, always, always stand far back. But some people push their luck to the absolute limit, like in this next video from a user named TDC Herxing. TDC Herxing is a content creator known for exploring abandoned buildings. In this particular upload, he announces that he's heading into an abandoned school somewhere in Southwest Virginia. But unlike his usual videos this time, he's completely alone. As he ventures deeper into the building, the hallways grow darker, forcing him to switch on his flashlight. Eventually, he finds his first staircase and begins to climb, unaware that things are about to take a terrifying turn.
I guess I'll go towards the darkness, might as well. Oh yeah, that's better. Ugh. That is actually awesome. Look at all that. I don't know if you can see that with night mode. Let me see. No. Okay. There we go. Let me see. Let me see it like that. I'll try to get it to where you can see it in color. Look at those. No, you actually can't see it. What the heck? What the heck? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna check these out. Okay. What the heck? Okay,
At first, everything seems typical for an abandoned school. Empty rooms, peeling paint, debris scattered around. He enters a bathroom where nothing appears out of the ordinary, until he's startled by a cardboard cutout standing silently in one of the stalls. Freaked out, he turns to leave. But now, something has changed. There's a note on the floor that wasn't there before. One word, scribbled in all caps: run. He bolts toward the staircase he came up, but now it's blocked by debris that also wasn't there earlier. In a panic, he turns again and sees it. The same disturbing cardboard figure, somehow ahead of him. That's when he runs. Now, is this all just clever editing and a well-staged prank by a friend? Maybe, but even if it is, it doesn't take away from how unsettling the video really is, especially when you remember he claimed to be alone. So what do you think? Real fear or just a well-made hoax? You decide. Hoax or not, sometimes you'd better hope it is. Just like the mother and father in this next video, who suddenly hears that her son has died. It was just after 3 in the morning on a quiet stretch of road near John Wayne and Allura Parkways. No traffic, no noise. Just the hum of streetlights and the sound of a motorcycle growing louder by the second. That motorcycle was being driven by 29-year-old Demetri Katis, and he wasn't just speeding, he was fleeing. A police cruiser followed closely behind, sirens blaring, lights flashing.
Shut your bike off. Shut your bike off. And now he's fleeing. Southbound over the overpass. He's a real bad driver. 90 miles an hour. Ran a red light. And almost got hit. Southbound, John Wayne and Hathaway. I haven't even lit him up. He's going 80. Like I said, I haven't even lit him up yet. He's not driving very good either. Like he's an inexperienced driver. Shut your bike off. Shut your bike off.
According to the officer, the rider had been weaving dangerously through traffic earlier, struggling to keep the bike steady. It looked like he was either inexperienced or possibly under the influence. The officer attempted to pull him over, and at first, it worked. Demetri stopped. But the moment the officer stepped out of the vehicle, Demetri took off again. And that's when everything spiraled out of control. What followed was a high-speed pursuit.
Shut your bike off. And now he's fleeing. Southbound over the overpass. He's a real bad driver. 90 miles an hour. Ran a red light. And almost got hit. Let Doc Chin know he's headed their way. And he's crashed. He crashed out at right before Hathaway. Or excuse me, right before Altera North. Call paramedics, he's down. Hey. Can you, please stop there. I know he almost hit you. No, I just seen him wreck, bro. I know.
Katis pushed the throttle to nearly 90 miles per hour in a 35 zone. He flew through intersections, nearly collided with a pickup truck, and kept going. Until he couldn't. As the road curved near an intersection, Demetri failed to make the turn. The motorcycle slammed into the curb and disintegrated, scattering debris over 100 feet from where his body landed. Paramedics arrived quickly, but it was too late. Demetri had suffered a massive head injury, a broken neck, and multiple fractures. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
He's not responsive. No breathing, faint pulse, looks like a broken neck. He was driving horribly, even just to start.
He said the same thing.
Yeah, he almost, when he ran the red light, this guy was pulling out, almost hit him. He's got no ID on him.
What?
He's got no ID on him. He was driving even before I tried to stop him, he was not being able to balance on his bike. Let me see if he's still got a faint pulse. I think his neck is broken though. You heard what I said. I wouldn't even try to stop him at the. Yeah, I hadn't lit him up until right at Honeycutt, and he pulled over, and then he drove forward and punched it over the overpass. I got down right before here, and he ran the red light. I backed off over there, and then I saw him wreck out.
The officer later said it looked like Demetri didn't know how to ride the bike properly. But maybe it wasn't about skill. Maybe he was scared. Maybe he didn't have a license. Or maybe, in the heat of the moment, he panicked. Whatever the reason, it was a choice. And that one choice, refusing to stop, cost him his life. Because sometimes it's not just the crash that ends everything, it's what leads up to it. But there are more police-involved incidents that end in tragedy, like the one the morning of June 1st, 2025, just around 5 a.m., something unexpected and deeply tragic unfolded in East Hartford, Connecticut. A group of 4 people, including a 17-year-old named Jackie Perry, had been at the 8AA Diner on Main Street. They ordered food, spent time talking, and then left, without paying their $115 bill. According to the diner's owner, Mohammed Ahmed, this kind of dine and dash had happened before, but what followed this time was unlike anything he'd ever seen. Shortly after the group left, police were notified. Officers quickly located them getting into an Uber near Main and Orchard Street and made a routine traffic stop. The officers weren't hostile or aggressive. Body cam footage later revealed a calm, respectful conversation with Jackie Perry about the unpaid meal. They intended to pat him down, just as a safety measure. Perry even asked if he could call his mother. Up to that point, it seemed like things would end peacefully. But then, everything changed.
He said only cash. I said I could give you the cash. He was saying no. They was paying cash out. I already gave him 50. Did you call him?
Yeah, no, I just talked to him. He said nobody gave him that.
He said nobody gave him no. Could you please go to the cameras?
I'm gonna go back and talk to him or something. I can't do it. Where did you get it? You said you gave him cash?
I gave him $50 already. The bill was $140. I already gave him my money. Then I blessed him. Then I told him I could give him the cash.
Okay, the bill is $140, not $50, so you have to give him $90 more.
I told him I can give him the money.
I'm just telling you how it is. Okay?
I understand. That's your job, sir.
That is. So we have to figure this out. So we're gonna have to bring you back over there.
I understand.
Were you taking care of the whole bill yourself?
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Let's take him back over there. You can hang out, talk to this guy. All we want to do.
Yeah, I know it's one of those sisters. I'm gonna think. I'll get them.
Otherwise,
I'll
order this girl.
No, it's straight. I'm sorry.
I have to ask the question. I don't want to answer. How old are the girls? They're 17. So you guys are all young. You got you and that girl get fingerprinted and stuff. You got better things. Then you go back to your favorite guy with me, the rest of the go on. Everything's good. You'll probably never be allowed to go back there again, but the food ain't that good, right? You know?
Without warning, Perry suddenly bolted from the vehicle. Police chased him on foot, but within moments, they lost sight of him. And then, a single gunshot pierced the morning silence.
So, you did what you just did. You wouldn't have any contact.
No, I understand.
Good or bad, okay? I think this has actually gone pretty good.
No, just calling. Mom, I'm outside. The police is here at East Hartford Police Station. Please, sir. Please. jacket, bro, period.
Just throw your jacket, just your bag.
Hold on, can you just my mom?
I gotta pat you down real quick.
I'm not just waiting for my mom. You waiting for my mom.
I gotta pat you down here for my own safety right now. 'Cause I don't know if you got weapons on you.
I don't got no weapons.
I have to check for myself. I'm not gonna search you. I just gotta pat you down just to make sure you're
Hold on, sir. You waiting for my mom? Please, sir.
Your mom has nothing to do with my safety right now. You know what I mean? So I gotta pat you down real quick. Put your bag down. Just hang out for me right here. All right? Put your. Don't move! 25-foot pursuit. Northbound Main. Bailey's Plaza. Left on Orchard. On Orchard. I heard a gunshot. Shots fired, shots fired.
Officers rushed toward the sound and found Jackie Perry lying behind a nearby building at 1137 Main Street. He had been shot in the leg. Next to him was a firearm, later identified as a stolen gun from South Windsor. At just 17 years old, Perry wasn't legally allowed to carry a gun. In Connecticut, the minimum age is 21. How he got the weapon, and whether he meant to shoot himself or if it was an accident, remains unclear. Emergency crews arrived quickly and rushed him to St. Francis Hospital. Surgeons did everything they could, but the bullet had hit both the femoral artery and vein, critical blood vessels that are notoriously difficult to treat in time. Jackie Perry didn't survive. The state medical examiner confirmed that the gunshot wound caused his death. An investigation followed, trying to determine what really happened in those final moments, whether it was an accident, panic, or something darker. But one thing was certain: a young life was lost over something that should have never escalated. As the diner owner later said, "This shouldn't have happened. A $100 meal is not worth someone's life." These situations normally end with a conversation, a warning, maybe even a fine. But this time, it ended with tragedy. No one expected it, and no one will forget it. And the same goes for the following video. The following clips were all posted on the same day, beginning with Andy explaining that something had been terrorizing him in his home. Strange noises, sudden sounds, but no clear source.
Okay, for anybody asking, this is my family home. I grew up here, and we've never had a single experience like this. I don't know what is going on. I'm getting a lot of comments saying I'm doing it for views, and I'm doing it for likes, and I promise you I am not. Don't like the video, don't comment if you don't want to. I just need somebody who knows what this is to please reach out. I don't care if it's in a comment or privately, just please reach out. And please just help me. I don't know what to tell my wife when she gets home. I can't afford a hotel for the night. We're doing a remodel in the bathroom. And everything's just going to shit right now. And I'm not trying to be dramatic about this, but I have no idea what to do. And everybody in the comments all day has just been freaking me out. And I want to think this is just in my head, but I keep listening to it over and over and over again. So somebody please reach out with an answer or some help or something. Thank you.
As Andy paces through his house, it feels as though he's searching for something, or perhaps trying to escape it. At the time, Andy had very few followers, so no one suspected the nightmare that was about to unfold. Then came the next clip.
Okay, I don't know what you're doing. You can literally hear that. You can literally hear that. No. What the fuck? Oh my god. What the fuck? No. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay.
In it, you can clearly hear Andy's voice, coming from another room, even though he's visibly in frame. This moment left viewers rattled, some calling it paranormal, others wondering if Andy was suffering from a mental breakdown, and they might be right, because just days later, in what would be his final video, Andy is seen pacing silently through a dark, empty warehouse. He doesn't say a word, no music, no narration, just a description. "I've been allowed to sleep in this warehouse for a few days. I've overstayed my welcome. They know I'm here." Since then, Andy's account has gone silent. So what do you think? Was this all an elaborate performance, a cry for help, or something far more disturbing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Whatever you think it might be, I really want to know what you think of this last disturbing video. In this unsettling video, a teacher is seen calmly conducting his online class from what he claims is the comfort of his home. But things soon take a disturbing turn. As the lesson continues, something chilling happens in the background. An unidentified pale face appears, peeking out from behind a corner just over the teacher's shoulder.
Tanto el movimiento no existe, relacionado con lo que dice Raúl, el gato de... No me suena la... Es decir, si nosotros estamos estudiando matemáticas, el primer parcial, el primer tetra, vamos a ver filosofía de las matemáticas. Hola. Estoy solo, estoy con mi perro. Por ahí, en ocasiones, las llamadas paradojas. ¿Alguien sabe qué es una paradoja?
At first, the teacher seems unaware. He occasionally glances behind him, clearly reacting to strange noises, but sees nothing. Still, an air of unease sets in. At one point, he even gets up to close the door, visibly unsettled by the growing tension in the room. Later in the video, at the urging of concerned students watching the stream, the teacher lifts his laptop and pans it around the room. As he does, it becomes clear. Only he and his dog are present. To this day, there's been no explanation for who or what was lurking behind that door. Was this just a well-crafted hoax meant to go viral, or is there something more sinister at play? As always, you decide. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these clips, subscribe to my channel and click to see more on the video on screen.